They do not think of themselves more than what they are when they are not. They're not trying to fool folks. They know who they are. They have knowledge of themselves. They have city knowledge. They got street knowledge. You got to have some street knowledge. You just can't go out here thinking you're wise and don't know how to talk to folks in the street. You got to have city knowledge, country knowledge, women knowledge. You got to be smart if you want to be wise. To have the ability to talk and to relate to people on all levels. Whether it's in the courtroom, the doctor office, or in the street. They have the ability to recognize wisdom and seek wisdom and listen to folks. You better have some knowledge. If you don't have no knowledge, then you might consider yourself unwise. Memory, knowledge. Third thing you need to have awareness of others. Listen to this, young folk, aka learning from others. This kind of open-mindedness recognizes the true knowledge of things. It does not make false presumptions. The ability to use the experience of others to guide your wisdom. This means that if somebody else made a mistake, you don't be fool enough to follow in their footsteps and make the same mistake. The word says in 19, such is the end of all things who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the lives of those who get it. Another word says, verse 8, chapter 1, listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother. It is a fact that if two people walk along the same road, and they make the same decisions on their road, they're going to fall into the same ditch. They're going to see the same tree. They're going to see the same hole. They may run on the same rock and cut their feet. That is a person who's following after somebody. Well, they already know the road has already been called. That's why your parents tell you, don't do this, son. Don't do that, daughter. Because I already been there. That is a sign of wisdom, listening to people who've been there already. So many young folks and so many young men and women and husbands and wives are making the same mistakes that their mother and father made, not listening to sound wisdom. You need to take another path. You need to have a learning curve. There is a learning curve to all things. You need to be wise and take heed and learn from successes, learn from mistakes. Furthermore, this person does not make conclusions just off other folks' lives. Yes, someone failed going down this road, but maybe you can go down that road and make different decisions. You do not sit here and place all of the circumstances that happen in life upon that other person. If I walk down this road and I say I want to be a doctor, but my father's had the same dream and he fell short because he made bad decisions, that does not mean that you don't make the decision that you want to be a doctor. You make different decisions and you can be the doctor that your father never was. Because you make different decisions down the same road. Y'all understand that? Different decisions down the same road. I get so mad when y'all young folks, y'all praise drug dealers and you praise folks who fall.
That's right.
You're not gonna end up in a different situation. If you make the same decision that they made by standing on the corner, selling drugs, you make the same decision by being in that life. The word says you live by the sword, you die by it. You have to take responsibilities for your actions.
Amen.
A drug dealer, 99% of them go in jail sometime. You're going to end up right there with them.
That's right.
That is a bad investment. You need to learn from other folks. Yes, the fourth thing, good memory, good knowledge. You need to look at other folks, learn mistakes, learn successes. Another thing, you need to be quick-wittedness, sureness. This word means you need to seize up situations as they come to you. I hate folks that say that they always waiting on God, but they're never moving. There are so many stories throughout the Bible of people who were quick to react when God called them. The lame man who heard, he stood by the gate. He said, I heard Jesus was coming. Let me just sit by the gate. Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I can touch him. The woman who had an inch of blood, she heard the touch the hem of the garment of Jesus. What happened to her? Her body was made clean. You have to be heard in your seeking of blessings. You need to be quick-wittedness. If you quick-wittedness, you have reaction when God calls you. You seize moments as they come. The fact of the matter is, Christian folks are waiting too much. And I hate to tell you this, but when you're not quick on your feet, when you're not quick on your toes to when God calls you, you're allowing somebody who don't even know God to come and take your blessing. The word said he blesses the righteous and the unrighteous. When we righteous folks are too slow and too smart to move when God tells us to move, somebody unrighteous come and take our blessing. You are not quick on your toes. You need to be quick on your toes, young folk, when God calls you. When they put you and you see that he has a purpose for your life, you follow that purpose. Don't be moving so slow and be like, oh, I'm going to wait for God to tap me on my shoulder till I move. You keep on waiting. That unrighteous person, that person who don't even know God, who's adamant about being successful in life, who's adamant about finding something, a purpose in their life and bringing your mother, your father from a different situation. They're quick on their toes. They'll receive a blessing from God. We're not moving. We're not quick-wittedness.
That's right.
We're not wise.
Man.
We need to move when God calls us. Another thing, you need to have memory. You need to have knowledge. You need to remember what the old folks said. You need to be quick. The next thing you need to have rational reasoning. This is the research of comparative alternatives and possibilities. Let me explain this to you. Solomon, if we look at the book of we looked at Solomon, like he had rational reasoning. He had rational reasoning when the two mothers came, and he was trying to find out who the baby mama was. What did Solomon do? He had rational reasoning. He said, well, split the baby in half. He knew that a real mother would not let their child die. She said, go on, take her. He said, I found out now who the real mother was. That is rational reasoning. If you have rational reasoning, you have the ability to look beyond the surface. You are always aware of possibilities. For us, the word says that all things are possible for those that love the God, Lord, right? So all things must be possible. So for a person with good reasoning, what is impossible for other folks is possible for you, because you're looking underneath the surface. You have rational reasoning. You have in-depth reasoning. You have the ability to turn something negative into something positive.
All right.
You are a wise person. You have rational reasoning.
Yeah.
You can see things that other folks cannot see. That is a wise person. Next thing, we said memory. We said you got to listen to the old folks. You got to have some knowledge. You got to be quick on your toes, quick on your feet. You got to have some rational reasoning. You have to see what other folks don't see. Another thing is, this is one of the most important things, you need to have some foresight. What is foresight? It is the capacity to estimate whether a particular action will end up good, whether you end up in the red or the black. That's what they call it, foresight. Our nation in the past has lacked foresight. If we had not lacked foresight, there wouldn't be so many homes empty, right?
Yeah.
They lack foresight. For us, if we lack foresight, we will end up in a mess. We'll be for more if the church has bad foresight. They'll end up with somebody listening every week that may not be called by God. They may just be fooling you. You had no foresight. In your home, in your life, if you married somebody who was a fool in the beginning, and you did not have no foresight to see that, you're going to have a foolish marriage. You're going to have a marriage that does not last long because you had no foresight.
Amen.
Foresight won't have you spending your money on things that have no nonsense, because you know it is ill game. Foresight allows us to back up without losing time in our lives. Foresight allows us to step to the side and then walk forward. Because you know if you step this time, it'll end up on the red. Foresight will help you have or lose a lot of headaches. You won't have a lot of headaches if you have some foresight.
Amen.
Foresight allows us to look at the big picture. It's like a business plan for our life. Instead of going to the bank with only words, you come to the bank with only words, no business plan. What are they going to tell you? Fool, have you lost your mind? And you have foresight. You have a business plan.
Amen.
It organizes your dream. Foresight will have you making the right decisions at the right time. Foresight, the final thing. You got to have memory. You got to be knowledgeable. You got to be smart. You got to listen to the old folks. You got to be quick on your toes, quick on your feet. You got to have some reasoning. You got to have some foresight to see beyond what is going on in your life. And the last thing, and I like this so much, you got to be cautious sometimes. Cautious. Ability to take relevant circumstances into account. Knowing when to make decisions from point blank, and knowing when to step back and ask God about the decision. You got to have some caution. This is very important in our lives, because in the 21st century, it seems that everybody lacks caution.
Yes.
Everybody is rushing and driving and running around, get out of my way, or you're going to get ran over. Don't nobody got no caution in their lives. As soon as they see something, they're running after it. Each week there's something hot and new that y'all like, you kids like. You have no caution. Not knowing that it may ruin your life. If you don't have caution, you'll watch. You're alert. You're fearful of God. It's not the kind of fear where you're afraid from getting a whooping. It's not that kind of fear. It's the fear of disappointing God. That's a different kind of fear. The fear of disappointing your parents. When you get 20 and 23 years old, your parents can't whoop you no more, but you're still fearful because you don't want to disappoint them. That's the kind of fearful I'm talking about. So when every decision that you make in your life, you're cautious. Because you're not only thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, and then yourself and your wife, because you're cautious in your decisions. Fear